learning about the 4 different ethical perspectives is the first step to ethical maturity. The next step is learning how to make ethical decisions when faced with core values that are in tension or in conflict. Hi, I'm Catherine Baird, the founder and CEO of Ethics Game, a company that provides learning tools for people who want to find out more about ethics and ethical decision making. In our everyday lives, we make 3 kinds of decisions. We make technical decisions, how to do something. These decisions, these skills can be taught. They can be everything from how to conduct an interview to how to build a computer. Aesthetic decisions provide us the spice of life. Each of us have preferences that range from the kinds of clothes that we wear to how we like meetings to be run. These decisions are neither right nor wrong, just what we prefer. Ethical decisions lead to actions that are based on our values. We think of these decisions as doing the right thing. However, we know that people might disagree about the right thing, and so we want to figure out how to make the best ethical decision possible, given the facts and the circumstances. Now, our ethics are closely related to good manners, being defined as behavior appropriate for the situation, whether you're standing and clapping for a concert or sitting quietly listening to a presentation, and civility is a close cousin of our ethics, as we learn to treat each other with respect. The Baird Decision Model can help you make better ethical decisions. We begin with being attentive, figuring out what is going on in the situation. The second step, being intelligent, requires that we use our critical thinking skills to not only separate truth from friction, but determine what is our ethical minimum. What are we required to do? As we are being responsible, we move to ethical excellence as we seek ethically mature responses to our situation. Then we are responsible as we move to action. The final step is to reflect. What went well? Where did we fall short? This process of continuous improvement helps us to become ethically mature. Let's look at these steps one at a time as we resolve a very common ethical dilemma, the case of the social not working. For this thought exercise, you're going to imagine that you are a manager working in the marketing department of a company. You've hired Sky to develop your social media presence. You want her to both evaluate your current program, keep it current, and grow your presence. At orientation, she learned about the company's guidelines. She can access her personal social media during working hours within reasonable limits. After 60 days, she is meeting her goals and performing well. However, you notice that she's spending lots of time online. Ria, head of IT, confirms that Sky spends about 3 hours a day on her personal social media sites, everything from Facebook to Pinterest to her personal tweets. Ria also finds out that Sky has created an anonymous blog that is critical of you and the company. What to do? The first step of our decision model suggests that you should slow down a bit and figure out what you know. What are the facts and what are the true assumptions? Part of the difficulty is that we never have all the information that we'd like before we have to act, but we need to gather together what we do and do not know. So, just the facts. Sky is a new employee. She knows the social media policies. After 60 days, she's meeting her goals and performing well, spending about 3 hours a day on personal social media, and has created an anonymous blog critical of the company. And then we have our assumptions. We assume that Sky has completed her paperwork and should know that you can monitor her on her online presence at work. She's doing a good job, has potential, and may not be getting enough direction about how to best spend her time. We then now evaluate our facts and assumptions and see what values are in tension. One tension is between our head, making sure that all of us are following the rules, and our heart, being flexible to respond to the situation at hand. Another tension is between considering the individual. What rights does she have? And then, what can the community expect of her? What can the community demand? So as we look at the expectations of the company, other co-workers in Sky, we can frame the ethical issue clearly. How to respect Sky's autonomy for determining how to perform her job, while coaching her on the obligation to conform to the company's online communication policy. Now, let's see how looking at this problem through the various ethical perspectives helps us make a decision. As we're being intelligent, each ethical perspective has a different question that helps us make a decision. We're not looking for an answer yet, but just determining what kinds of behaviors would be expected by each ethical perspective. The rights and responsibilities lens focuses on our duties. What agreements do you have with both Sky and your employer? These duties might include ensuring that Sky knows the rules she is to follow, making sure she is working to the best of her ability, and coaching her for success. The results lens focuses on our attention on what is needed to help people thrive. Having flexibility in how we do our work and be productive. Having enough work to do to fill up our day is important. And assuring everyone, both employees and management, are respectful of each other and the company. The relationship lens invites us to consider what is fair. Does Sky know she is being monitored? Is she carrying her fair share of the workload? Finally, we consider what would set a good example. Be honest with Sky and let her know what is going on. Coach her for success. What does she need to do to improve and show respect? Explore possibly increasing her responsibilities. We're now ready to choose a path for action. Remember, even though the same action might be ethical from the perspective of each lens, the reasons for acting are different. Listening to the reasons for the action is just as important as the actions themselves. We begin by fulfilling our duties in a caring way. Talk about the expectations. Allow Sky an opportunity to resign if the job is not a good fit. We seek mutually good results with a results lens that show respect for all of the stakeholders. Ask Sky what she thinks is going on. Increase her workload as appropriate. Insist that she respect not only herself but her co-workers and the company. And then using the values of the relationship lens, as we are fair, we work to create a healthy community. Explain the reasons for the policy. Provide Sky with an opportunity to change. Make sure she knows you will enforce the rules for everyone in the company the same way. These questions will help us in our exploration of ethics. As we learn more about ourselves and others, and as we use our reason and emotion to help us determine the best path forward, we will each be well on our way to being a more ethical person in our community. Now you're ready to choose a path of action and communicate your decision. You'll have to talk to not only Sky, but Rhea in IT and any others who might be asking questions about what Sky is or is not doing. Each of the 4 perspectives gives very clear guidance for choosing the best path. Do what is right, even as no one is looking. Do good and benefit all who are involved. Be fair and consider those with no power, and align your actions with your own core values as you bring forward your best ethical self. As you reflect on your proposed course of action, consider whether you were content with the decision or still unsettled. If you are unsettled, you may want to review your reasons for acting, one at a time. Did you use and respond to the differences well? Did you listen to others? Did you respect yourself and others as you disagree? Did you strive for the highest expression of good and the true? Did you grow ethically? As you continue to ask questions of yourself, you'll find that you are able to make better ethical decisions. This process takes a lifetime. As you change jobs, meet different people, and have different experiences, you'll find that you'll have to change and adapt. Enjoy the journey and keep seeking the best ethical path forward.